Hey guys, I'm Tamara Bennett from Southern Adoornments Decor, and I'm so excited to be participating in the Fall Craftathon. So normally on here, I don't paint items this small. I usually paint larger items like this that I painted last night on Facebook Live. This is called a door hanger. It hangs on your door as opposed to a wreath. But since we only have 20 minutes in this Fall Craftathon, I'm just going to be painting a little 8-inch size pumpkin to show you how you can paint a pumpkin to look realistic. And here is what the finished product is going to look like. So see that little pumpkin right there? We're creating a cute little pick to go inside of a fall mum pot. So let's get started. We've only got 20 minutes, so I'm going to move as fast as we can. So if you want to get the color list for this project and the supply list so that you can do this later at home, all you have to do is click the link in the video description and you can go and download the supply list. Now, I also have a link in there. If you're interested in watching the entire craftathon, you can click that link and go and sign up for access because they're giving away prizes every hour. And you can go and sign up so that you are entered to win. And the Fall Craftathon is something that they do, I think, in the spring and in the fall. Not right now, darling. Kids are walking in here. Nope, not right now. The Fall Craftathon is done every year. It's hosted by Southern Crush at Home with Melanie Ferguson. And we have, I don't even know how many, a bunch of different crafters. And every 20 minutes or so, there's another crafter going live with a different project. So if you want to go and jump on that train and start watching all the crafting, it's better than TV. Just click the link in the comments in the video description so that you can go and get access and get the list of who's coming up next. Let me see who's watching. Say hi as you come in. Hey, Patricia Mullins. Hey, Angie Walters. You guys are awesome. Hi, Melissa. You finally get to catch me live. I've been going live a lot this week because our Painters Clubhouse membership is open. And so I've been live a lot talking about it. And today's actually the last day to sign up. So if you are a regular watcher of mine and you've been thinking about signing up to learn how to paint door hangers, I would love it. Oh, why won't this paint come out? I would love it if you go ahead and sign up for Painters Clubhouse so I can teach you all kinds of painting techniques. I've put the link for that up in the video description as well. I think this paint had just a little bit of a paint booger in it. Hi, Mandy Knoll. How are you? Thank you for sprinkling the love on this video. I appreciate that so much. So how many of you guys are Craftathon watchers? Where are you guys from? I'm from Kentucky. I teach you guys how to paint door hangers. And so this is a much smaller project than a door hanger, but nevertheless, it's lots of fun. So first step, paint your entire pumpkin orange. I'm using Canyon Orange. If you want to get the supply list, click the link in the video description. And then the second color we're going to use is Burnt Sienna. It's a slightly reddish brown color. I've already got some in my egg carton here. I put all of my paints in a little egg carton to keep them organized. And yes, it's very hot here too, Janice. You're going to need an angle tip brush. See that brush? It's got an angle to it. You're going to put your paint on that longest end of the angle. So we're going to dip our brush in some water, and then we're just going to gently just dab it off. We don't want all the water off, but just a little bit. And then on the tip of that brush, we're going to pick up just a tiny bit of the burnt sienna. Your first time with the Craftathon. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Okay, so now we're going to find the little humps in our pumpkin and we're going to connect them. So I'm going to connect this to make this pumpkin look nice and rounded. And so I'm going to get some of that burnt sienna and just bring my brush on down through there. Now see how it started to trail off? That's okay. Go back and get some more and just keep going from the top and working your way down. It's kind of difficult sometimes to get a feel for how much paint you need. So just keep playing with it and picking up more and just keep pulling that paint down and around to create a rounded look. If it looks a little harsh, dip your brush in just a little bit of water and dab it on a paper towel and then go over it again and just keep working it until it softens up just a little bit. Okay, see there? Now let's do it down the other side. The key is to make sure you keep that long pointed tip toward the outside of the area that you're working on. So I'm flipping my brush now the other direction. Let me actually rotate my pumpkin so that I can still keep pulling towards me because I have more control of my brush that way. Okay, see, I'm going to just pull that paint up and around there. And I'm going to make sure that I got plenty of it on there. And we're going to just dip in some water because it's starting to feel dry. If you start to feel that awkward like drag and the paint's not moving the way you want it to, just dip your brush in a little bit of water. I almost got too much water there. The paint was moving more than I wanted it to. So I'm just dabbing off on a paper towel. And just keep pulling. And I actually think I've pulled off more of it than I wanted to. It's kind of a tricky thing, shading. You just got to keep going back and getting paint if you feel like you don't have enough. Okay. So now for this center part of, we're not done with the whole pumpkin, but just lay down some water, kind of a base of water, because you want it to be wet, and that orange has already dried. So we're going to get it wet again. Then I'm going to pick up a little bit of this color. It's called True Ochre. It's kind of a mustardy yellow color. And then we're just going to add that True Ochre right here in the middle. And you're just going to pull in long strokes to lighten up the center part of that pumpkin and make it look nice and sun-kissed. I love how that yellow just kind of brightens it right up. So see how it added so much depth? Yes, so this is the Craftathon going on right now. And I am the current presenter. So every 20 minutes, there's another presenter. Right now, we are on my page, Southern Adoornments Decor. So if you guys enjoy watching this, please follow. And I do have a painting membership that's currently open right now. So if you are like all about this and want to learn more, just click the link that's in the video description, because today is the last day to sign up for that. It's called the Painter's Clubhouse. We normally paint door hangers. If you don't know what a door hanger is, it is something that hangs on your door instead of a wreath. And so those are about 20 inches in size and take much longer to paint than something like this. So for the Craftathon, I chose to paint a much smaller project. Okay, see how we added that burnt sienna color all the way around the outside? And we're keeping that area nice and damp. So we have dipped our brush in water. Now to get some of that burnt sienna off, I'm just going to dab on a paper towel, re-wet my brush, get the excess off by just touching that. And then I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that yellow again. Ooh, I got too much. So what are we going to do? We're going to wipe it off on a paper towel, redampen our brush again. And you can kind of pick it up and put it back on the paper towel if you feel like you just went overboard, because I kind of did. And just keep working it. I actually kind of like that. And now you're just going to blend. You're going to try not to get it onto that dark line that we've already created. So just keep blending it right there. Look how pretty that is. So this is like one of those makeup tutorials where you've got half of your makeup done and half of your makeup not done. Can you see the difference? Oh, there's a spot right there that needs blending. There we go. Big difference, right? Thank you so much, Tracy. She said, for those of you watching, you don't want to miss out on the Clubhouse. She is so awesome. Yes, this is an 8-inch size. And to give you an example of what I normally paint, this is what we painted on a Facebook Live last night. So if you enjoy this type of thing, you might really enjoy the video we did last night. Melissa just joined the Painters Clubhouse. How awesome. So tell me what your favorite video in the Craftathon has been so far, if you've been watching a lot of them. If you're not watching all the Craftathon videos, I want you guys to click the link in the video description up here. Or if you're watching from my page, Southern Adoornments Decor, you can just say the word link and it'll send it to your Facebook Messenger. But if you want to be entered to win the prizes, because they're having prizes every hour, let me rotate this. You've got to go and sign up, and you'll also get like a schedule for when everybody's going to be live. So if you want to watch more of these, go sign up. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to go put your email in, and they send the information to your email. So when I say sign up, I don't mean like go pay money. Go sign up so that you can get entered to win the prizes. Okay, so I added a little too much. So now I'm just getting a little bit of water and dabbing it on paper towel and just kind of erasing just a little bit of what I just did. And then I'm blending it out. Okay, now we're going to pick up that yellow, the True Ochre, and just blend it through the middle. And if you weren't on in the first few minutes, you didn't get to see what we're going to do with this. We're actually going to turn it into a cute little pick that you can stick down into a flower pot on your front porch. So how many of you guys decorate your front porch with a mum, like a fall mum? I went and found a mum at Walmart today, and I've got one here for you. I'm going to show you how this will look once you stick it down in there. Okay, I made that part a little lighter, but that's okay. We're just going to leave it because, you know, some parts of the pumpkins are lighter than others. Now, I'm just taking water. That's all this is. And I'm re-wetting the entire last section that we're going to paint. It just makes the paint get shade and smooth in a little better. And then I'm picking up just a tiny bit of the burnt sienna, and we're just going to put it along the outer edge. I'm sorry if I'm missing any comments or questions. I'm trying to focus on getting this done quickly for you guys because I know we don't want to overstay our time because the next crafter will begin at 6:40, I believe. So I'm just blending this in. There we go. And now I'm going to pick up the true ochre and add it right in this area. Super simple technique. The key is keeping the area you're painting nice and damp. So if it starts to dry, dip your brush in a little water and just keep going. Looky there. Look how pretty that is. Now, we had already painted the stem, but I'm going to add just a little bit more brown because it kind of needs a little bit of a second coat. And I might even add a tad bit of shading on the stem. I'm going to dip my brush in a tiny bit of black and then just do a little bit of black along the outer edge right there. And it just adds a little bit of dimension. Now, black goes a really long way. So if you add too much black, it might be overwhelming. So just keep blending it in there and create the little shading on the stem. See? Thank you, Paula. She said it looks awesome. I appreciate that. Brenda's been working on her shading today. Awesome. All right, I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to paint a monogram on it. Okay, so next step, you're going to get a filbert tip brush. See how it's slightly rounded like the end of your finger? This one is a size 8. We're going to dip it in some white paint, and we're just going to write a letter B. Now, let me show you because B is my name, Bennett. And so you could also put your house number on here if you wanted to put, like, you know, whatever your box number is. But you're going to take your chalk and just draw your B on there. If it scares you to write a letter, do that first. And if you don't like it, you can always erase it with a baby wipe and rewrite it. But then you're just going to take your brush and paint right on top of your chalk lines. And you're just going to have to keep re-dipping your brush in the paint and working it on and around. Now see, when I go down for that part of the B, I'm flattening that brush out. But then up here on these areas, I'm trying to make it just a little bit thinner. So I'm only using just the tip of the brush on those other areas. So then push to flatten it down. Go up and around. There we go. And then right here, do that little area. Now, once you have your letter painted, you can take and do a, what do we call it? A drop shadow. Thank you guys for answering so many questions over in the comments for me. I appreciate that. So you're going to take this really skinny round tip brush, dip it in just a little bit of black paint, and then just ever so slightly, you're going to go underneath the edge of the letter. So anywhere that's under the letter, I'm going to add a black line. We're just going to do that part first. So on the underside of every stroke. Very simple. This is called a drop shadow. Now, oh, and I forgot to do one down here. Now, the next thing you're going to do is go on the right side of every stroke. So that would be here, here. You could actually do this part with a paint pen if using a paintbrush to do this kind of scares you a little bit. And you're just going to go all along. My daughter may come barging in here in a moment. I apologize. She's 5. She knows no boundaries. I hear her storming into the house. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to, oh, I might want to go on the right side of this stroke right here as well. Not right now. Okay. So now look. Not right now. 14-year-old boys can barge in too. So see how we've got it on the right side and the bottom side of every stroke. So now what you would do is you're going to dry it, and then you're going to put a clear coat on it, because if it's going to be outside in a plant or something, it's going to need to be protected. I'm not going to do that part on here just because it's going to take up too much time, but I want to show you the finished product. I've already got one done for you. So just like on TV, I've got an already done cake in the oven that I'm going to pull out in a second and show you. Use DuraClear gloss varnish and give it a really good coat. I would actually recommend doing 2 coats front and back for this if you're going to be sticking it in a plant, because plants are watered and plants sitting out in the rain and stuff like that, and you want it to be protected. And so if you want to get one of these little cutouts, we sell them in our shop. You can get the entire supply list by clicking the links in the video description. But, oh, hang on, I forgot to show you. Also, you need a dowel rod. I got these dowel rods at the Dollar Tree, and you're going to glue it to the back of your pick using E6000 glue. Now, I actually didn't have any E6000, so I cheated and used hot glue, but I highly do not recommend that because it's not going to last. So I'm going to have to go get some E6000 to make this last. Thank you, Megan. She's telling everybody to check out my blog. Okay, so now you've got your mum. You can put a cute little buffalo plaid ribbon on there. That did not come from on there from Walmart. Hold on. Let me switch the view here. Oh, sorry. There we go. So sorry. I muted myself. Now I can hear. Hold on. Okay. Did it go away? Is the echo still there? All right. I think I fixed it. So sorry. When I took off the screen, it messed it up. So like I said, I got this little mum from Walmart. You shove it down in there based on however deep you want it. Pay attention to how much or how far you glue your dowel rod onto the back of your pumpkin, because as you can see, I glued mine really far up and it shortened the length of my dowel rod. So I have to stick my dowel rod pretty far down in there to get it to stay. So just be careful of that. But a great way to use these, if you did not want to make them a pot pick, I guess you want to call it, is you could put them on a mantle without the dowel rod. You could make them a cute little porch sitter or put them in a 3-tiered tray. I'm sure you guys could think of all kinds of other ideas. Now, I love painting pumpkins also to use them as my phone is ringing, a welcome sign attachment in the O part of the sign. So you've seen those big 6-foot tall signs where they're missing the letter O. You put your pumpkin right there. Told you the 5-year-old would come barging in here. What, darling? Okay, go sit on the couch. I'll be there in a moment. You're okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Somebody's in tears right now. I gotta go. But if you want to get the links for this project, click the link in the video description. Be sure to sign up for all the free prizes that they are giving away in the Craftathon. Go click the link. That way you can see what all other crafters are coming up. And if you want to learn to paint like this, go sign up for Painters Clubhouse. Today's the last day to enroll.
Sign up.
We won't be opening up
again
until next spring. This has been a little bit chaotic.
Until